Hello, this video is about how to support your child to develop their subitizing skills. Subitizing is the instant recognition of groups of objects without having to count them. And to be at the expected level at the end of the year, your child needs to be able to subitize groups of up to 5 objects. And there are some fun ways that you can support your child with this, and I'm going to show you those now. This is a free app that I wanted to show you called 1 Minute Maths. It's by White Rose Maths. We use White Rose a lot. And this is excellent for subitizing, so I'm just going to click on that one. Okay, I'm going to play the 1 to 5 dice game. And your child just has to try and recognize the number of objects and see how many they can get right. It's fun. Now I'm going to go back and I'll show you the one on 5 frames. We also use 5 frames a lot. You've got a 10 frame at home. You can change that into a 5 frame as well. 2. Oh, I made a mistake. 3, 1, 5. Like that. So if you play that game regularly with your child, they will soon start to improve their subitizing skills. And we really want children to be subitizing, recognizing groups of objects up to 5 instantly. This is a fun game that you can play with your child to help develop their subitizing skills and their mathematical vocabulary and language at the same time. So you'll need about 10 dice. And the idea is you choose a number. So I'm going to go for the number 5 today. And the person that gets the most number 5s is going to be the winner. So if your child doesn't know what number 5 is, you can get your number line and get them to count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's number 5 there. Which dice has got 5 dots on it? That face has 5 dots. So the game is one person rolls all the dice and then they have to pick out the 5s. My turn. Oh, I got one. I've only got one. I've got 1 5 dice. Now, then your friend picks up the dice and rolls all of them. This is Mr. Barr, by the way. How many did he get? How many did you get, Mr. Barr?
Mr. Barr got 1, 2, 3 number 5s.
Okay, so I'll line them up there. Mr. Barr has 3 dice. Who has got more dice? Is it Mr. Barr or me? Right, my turn. Going to roll them again. Now, I've got 1, 2. So I had 1, and now I've got 2 more. What's 2 more than 1? Now, if your child says 3, say that's great, but can you tell me in a sentence? 2 more than 1 is 3, because we want them to develop that mathematical language. Okay, Mr. Barr's turn.
Oh, I've got 1, 2 number 5s.
Okay, who has more dice? Who has more number 5s, Mr. Barr or Mr. Trumper? Mr. Barr has more and Mr. Trumper has fewer. Time for me to catch up. I'm catching up. I've got 4. Mr. Barr has 5. How many more dice does Mr. Barr have than Mr. Trumper? Mr. Barr has 1 more dice than Mr. Trumper. Right, how many of you got Mr. Barr?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've both got the same. Any games involving dice are really good for learning subitizing. This one is called Race to Base. It's available on Amazon and eBay. So you take it in turns, you press the top. I got 5, so I've got to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is also really good for learning counting on. Next person's turn. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next person's turn. 4. If they don't know what the number is and they're having difficulties counting it, then what you can do is get another die, and then it's easier for them to count the one which is not enclosed here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a 4. Snakes and ladders is equally good for subitizing and also counting on. Any small objects are useful for subitizing. So here I've got some bees. I'm going to show them briefly to the child, ask them how many there are. If they're not sure, they can always count them afterwards and check them. Okay, so you've got to subitize, see how many there are. How many are there? Don't know? Okay, let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have another go. You ready? How many? Do you want me to show you again? How many? 3? Let's check. 1, 2, 3. If you use the 10 frame that you've been given at home, then that will help your child with subitizing as well. So, by the way, you can turn your 10 frame into a 5 frame like this. So your child will start to recognize that if you've got 3 counters here, that is a 3, that is 5, and that is a 2. They'll just start to recognize that instantly. Subitizing is really helpful for addition, subtraction, and number bonds. I'll just give you an example with number bonds. If you use your 10 frame, or I'm going to do number bonds of 5, so I'm going to turn it into a 5 frame. Okay. So, if your child knows that that is 3 instantly, and they can see instantly that they've got 2 spaces left, they can start to learn that 3 plus 2 makes 5. 2 plus 3 makes 5. They don't have to count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 like that. You can also get double-sided counters from Amazon, and they can just go 2 plus 3 makes 5, 3 plus 2 makes 5, 4 plus 1 makes 5.